It is always such a pleasure to get a chance to catch up here, and I want to ask you about both your legendary stints, your favorite teams. And let's start with Alabama. I watched a lot of college football this weekend, and every good team in the country seemed to struggle except for one, and that was Alabama. I'll ask you again, how does Nick Saban do this? He is doing something unlike anything I've ever seen in the sport.
Well, he's a one-of-a-kind coach, it seems. The success that he's had, he surrounds himself with successful coaches, but, he's the main man. He takes command of everything. He runs everything there. And after a while, Greeny, he gets the best players around the country, a whole lot of them, because their families at home, they trust him now. He's built so many young men into great athletes and students of life. Boy, he's just been a great teacher. And the way they're going, this opener against Miami is one of the times I was a little surprised, but not really. Nick actually praised his team a little bit for the way they played. He had them ready, and they performed well. So it's going to be a fun season. And I just
not for everybody, Joe. No, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be fun for the teams.
Not for this team that's coming in to play them this week. That's for sure.
You know him, obviously, and I know you've been around him a little. I know him only a little bit, and I'm trying to figure out what it is that separates him. Like, the outliers fascinate me. There are so few people in the history of really any sport that have separated themselves by this much. Like, the distance between what he's done and continues to do versus everybody else is remarkable to me. So you know him. Tell me about him. What is it about him that makes him able to be putting together this run that is unlike anything that's ever happened in the history of the sport?
Well, first of all, Mike, it goes back to home in West Virginia. His mother and father, he was his family demanded that Nick own up and be responsible, and he just kept on growing through the ranks. He's a smart man. He surrounds himself with so many good coaches, successful people. They want to work with him. He loses so many coaches, but keeps reloading. And he does demand a work ethic that these ball players have bought into. They compete against one another on a daily basis, and they practice, man. They play the way they practice. They practice the way they play, and they play the way they practice. And those guys love it, and it's about winning in life, coming out ahead, being good at whatever you do, and learning to dedicate yourself to be the best you can be and work with people. He's a great teacher.
The great Joe Namath is with me here on ESPN Radio. Once upon a time, won a national championship at Alabama. They have won a number of them under Nick Saban, and they're off to a real good start here. Did you get a chance to see the quarterback? I just saw the numbers pop up on the screen. The last three starting quarterbacks at Alabama are all going to be making week one starts in the NFL this weekend. And this kid, Bryce Young, his debut was better than any of the previous three. So I've got people telling me this young man might actually be the best of the group of the recent Alabama quarterbacks. What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't go that far yet. You got three guys, and Mac Jones now most recently, of course, and Tua and Jalen, they've proven some things. Bryce Young certainly had a wonderful day. Again, he has it between the ears, because the way Nick pointed out after the game, that the quarterback just doesn't get the ball and hand it off or look for receivers. They're obligated to run the show out there, and the way Bryce handled himself with the various protections, pass protections, communicating with the offensive line, Nick really praised him for that. And, of course, Bryce, when he came out of high school, he was ranked one of the very top players coming in. And he runs well, he throws well, and between the ears, man, that we don't know unless you get to know the young man. He's got it there. He knows what's going on, and Nick's got him a good team this year.
All right, so Joe Namath is with me here. That's the Alabama of it all. Namath remains the only 4,000-yard passer in New York Jets history. Did it in a 14-game season in 1967. So now there are 17 games, and we are hoping that Zach Wilson will have the opportunity to join you. So, I know that you're somewhat careful about what you want to say about him because it winds up headlines absolutely everywhere, but the expectations are high. People are super excited. People who don't have a horse in the race are super excited at least about the obvious talent that Zach Wilson has. What is your sense of him, and what are your expectations?
Greeny, I am excited, and that is a fact, man. I'm excited about this team, this coaching staff, the enthusiasm they have. You want to see every team's got some enthusiasm, but these guys are young. They know where they are. Saleh has, at this point, he's got these guys pretty darn ready, man. They're fired up. Now, the reality of it's going to come Sunday, and also that home opener, too. That's going to be fun, seeing the two guys, New England, when they get home. But Carolina, I don't know that much about the Carolina team other than Darnold being there. The Jets are looking to me better. We've got more hope now, and Zach Wilson has everyone that's watched him play, that's worked with him, as teammates, they praise the cat. So it starts up front, Greeny, with those offensive linemen and defensive linemen, too. The reality of it is you got to have those guys playing well, and it remains to be seen how they're going to do. T.J. Mosley, getting Mosley back in the middle there is a big help defensively, but talking about it and doing it are two different things, and we can only hope the team goes out there and performs well, because it's, again, always more fun to win than not, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't know because
yes, you would.
The last time we won, Joe, you were the quarterback and I was 16 months old. So I keep waiting and waiting for us to get the chance to celebrate something together, and we'll see if we're able to do it. And quickly, with that thought in mind, I had the great privilege of emceeing your golf outing some years ago, and I know that's coming up again for the Joe Namath Foundation. Give me some details on that for anybody who's interested.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, we've got a list of wonderful pros, players, celebrities, Franco Harris, Roger Clemens, a lot of guys, Jimbo Colbert, but it comes down to really Brooks Thomas and his wife and Joe Blaney, the core of our foundation that work hard at it every year, and our sponsors. If the sponsors didn't step up, Greeny, so many other charities wouldn't be as successful. This is all about helping other people that can use the help, and that's what our foundation does, but we couldn't do it without the people that step up and contribute to a wonderful 2 days of camaraderie and friendship, man.
It is quite a scene. It's like Joe Namath's golf event. Let's put it this way: once in your life, you should go. If you get the chance to go, you should definitely go. I had the time of my life. How's the golf game, real quick, before I let you go? Do we play today? How's the golf game?
Well, my golf game's been on hold for a while. I just am not enthusiastic about it for a couple of reasons, but I'm going to get back to it. I haven't played golf in at least 6 months.
Oh. Minor
details, left wrist and a right shoulder that are a bit nagging, and I'm going to have those tended to more, and I'll get back on the links sometime, Greeny.
We need to get you back out there at some point soon. Joe, it is always a pleasure to catch up. Enjoy the start of the season for your beloved Jets, and hopefully we'll have some good news to share sometime soon. Thanks always, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.